Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we got today, it's our last little bit of work for tomorrow's graded group work, and it's on a practice quiz for 6-1, 6-3, which you guys have time on Friday to work on this. So I figured today we just go through this, see if you guys have any questions. You may ask questions as you go along, of course, and we'll go from there. All right. So number one, evaluate the expression. If you have a power raised to a power, you can multiply these two numbers. So we end up getting 5 to the negative 6. However, as we talked about in class, you never want to leave a negative exponent. So what you could do here is flip it and make it positive. 1 over 5 to the 6. That's all, okay? If you were to put in your calculator 5 to the 6 and get that number, totally cool. Okay, either way is fine. I'll accept either. It works great. Please be careful at number 2. Number 2, I see a lot of people putting down 81 raised to third power. What you got to remember here is that the first one is negative 9 raised to the first power. So because it's the same base, you keep that base and you add the exponents. Negative 9 raised to the fourth power. Done. That's it. Okay? That one's tricky, I understand that. But think of it this way. If I asked you this one, x times x to the third, you would have x to the fourth. Nobody would have any problems. Because it's negative 9, everybody freaks out. So just be careful. Sorry. Number 3, 5/9 raised to negative third power. You can flip both of these inside the parentheses. Then, so that makes it positive. Then you can distribute this 3 in. 9 to the third over 5 to the third. There you go. All is well. Okay. And lastly, number 4 at the top. You have 6 squared on top. On the bottom, you can distribute that negative 2 in and get 6 to the fourth times 5 to the negative 2. Alright, I'm going to clean this up now. Since it's like you take top minus bottom, 2 minus 4 is negative 2 over 5 negative 2. And then my last bet is just to make it both positive, I'm going to flip them both. 5 squared on top, 6 squared on the bottom. There we go. Okay, so it's just following your 4 basic principles. Same base, add the exponents. Power raised to a power, you multiply. If you negative exponent, you flip, and then power over power, you just subtract it. That's it. Those are your 4. Okay. So the next 8, we're going to be putting these to use with variables. Okay. So here we go. Number 5, I can distribute this in. I get 2 to the 15th times x to the 10th. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all she wrote. That's all I got. Okay? It is that simple. I have no negative exponents. I can't really do anything with it. It's actually cleaner to write 2 to the 15th as opposed to 2 times 2 15 times. So all is well. Take a look at number 6 though. If I distribute this in, x to the negative 2, y to the negative 2. So that's looking good, but I want to make sure it's as clean as possible, so I'm going to flip them both. 1 over x squared, y squared. Okay, and then we're good. Because again, we don't want negative exponents, which I'll remind you about when you guys take this tomorrow. Number 7, we got, take your top minus your bottom, so 5 minus 4 is 1. Again, I'm taking these two. That's where I'm getting that from. And then 2 minus 0 is 2. So that's basically good. I prefer if you guys don't write x to the first power. Okay, it's because, I mean, it's kind of redundant. Like if it's just x, we already know it's to the first power. Just a good habit to get into. Number 8, I can distribute this in. X to the negative 12, y to the negative 21st. Both negative, flip them both. 1 over x to the 12th. Y to the 21st. Looking good. Okay. If I'm going too fast, slow me down by hitting the pause button, or just feel free to ask questions in class. That's what I'm here for. Okay, number 9. Top minus bottom. Now guys, bear with me here. I'm doing 11 minus negative 3. 11 minus negative 3. What happens when we do minus negative? We get a plus. So we get 14. Please be careful about that. So we get x to the 14th. Same thing with our y's. We end up with 11. They're both positive already. Pretty simple problem, but just make sure you guys are cool with that. If you are struggling with it, you may absolutely do this. 11 minus negative 3. And that'll work out as well. Okay, whatever works for you guys. Number 10. Oops, I'm blowing up. It just gets distributed to all three terms. So I get 10 to the negative third, x negative 9, y negative 15th. Okay. So they're all negative. I'm going to flip them all. So 1 over 10 to the third, x to the 9th, y to the 15th, and we're good. If you would write 1,000 there, because 10 to the third is 1,000, it's a great idea. That works just fine. Today, I'm fine with you leaving a 10 to the third, too, because that seems to be the theme we're sticking with. So, but, yeah. Okay. Number 11. Now, these last two get a little tricky. So what we're doing here, and I'll show you guys a nice little way to break this up for yourself. I am rewriting this so that I have numbers over numbers, x's over x's, y's over y's. This is just an organization technique. 5 over 20 reduces to 1/4. X to the third over x squared is just x over 1. And then 9 minus negative 2 becomes 9 plus 2, which is 11. Now that I have everything completely cleaned up, I'm multiplying tops, multiplying bottoms, numerators, denominators. X, y to the 11th over 4. There we go. Okay, we're good. I'm doing the exact same thing here for number 12. And I'm doing this because you'll notice I have numbers over numbers, x's over x's, and this is really the first time we've had this. Okay, like, I mean, yeah, we had them over here a little bit, but they were pretty quick and easy to solve. But this involves a little bit more. 2 over 6, x squared over x, y over y negative 1. 2 over 6 is 1/3. X squared over x is just x over 1. And then this is just 1 minus negative 1, which is 1 plus 1, y squared, x, y squared over 3. Okay? Looking good. Okay, that was the hard part. The back's fairly simple. Alright, use synthetic substitution to find blah, 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 blah. Here we go. The f of 5, that's what we put out front. Now, please note, it goes 2x to the 4th. I don't have any x to the 3rd. So I'm going to put 2 first, followed by 0, followed by negative 3, followed by 8, followed by negative 2. Again, I'm putting the 0 here because I don't have an x cubed. Now we're just doing our synthetic substitution property, or process. Drop the 2 down, multiply, add, multiply. Oh boy. Multiply. 141. Let me just double check that. Oh, I was way off. I'll tell you where I had that. Hang on a second, guys. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, I was way off. 235. And then that plus 8 gives me 243. Times 5. 1215. 1213. Okay. Yes, I want to see you guys do this process. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can do that. Pardon me. 14. Distribute the minus sign across. So I get negative x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now I'm combining like terms, okay? So 3x cubed is the only one by itself. Got it. Negative 2x squared minus x squared gives me negative 3x squared. X minus 2x is minus x. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Good. Please note for this one that there's a plus sign, so I don't change any of these signs. So this makes this a little bit easier. 2x cubed is the only x cubed I got. Negative 3x squared minus x squared is minus 4x squared. x plus 2x is 3x. Negative 3 plus 4 is plus 1. There we go. Okay. Down to the last three. Okay. Number 16, I can distribute this across. So we end up with 20x cubed plus 65x squared minus 25x. Just multiplying the 5x across. Then multiply negative 3 across. Negative 12x squared, negative 39x plus 15. Combine like terms. Oh boy. Well, your head's just not there, I apologize. Minus 64x. Ooh, one of my favorite numbers. There we go. It's in standard form from highest to lowest. We're in good shape. Okay, number 17. Okay, what we got here? I'm going to use my special product pattern for this one. So I square the first term. 2x, the quantity squared, gives me 4x squared. Times these two together. 2x times 3 is 6x. Times it by 2, 12x. And then square the last one, plus 9. If that did not make sense to you, then you just FOIL it out the long way. Just using my shortcut. Now, same thing. Sorry, pardon me for that. 12x cubed minus 36x squared plus 27x. 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Combine together like terms. There we go. Okay. All is well. Lastly, your choice. You can pick whichever ones you want to do first. I'm going to stick with the first two just because they're there already. So I'm going to let that one chill to the end. X squared. Bear with me, I'm going to do a little shortcut here. Negative 1x minus 3x is minus 4x. Plus 3. Now I distribute across. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x plus 5x squared minus 20x plus 15. Combine like terms. And we're good. That's an x cubed, by the way. Alright guys, that's your entire graded group work for tomorrow. Okay, the only other thing I might add on there is some form of a graphing thing with in terms of like end behavior, which if I'm letting you guys use your notes, you should be able to pull that out and have no problem whatsoever. Yeah, you should be in good shape. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in class. Keep up the good work, and as always, good luck. We're all counting on you.